Mario.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Christopher Pelton. I am your host here on THC Time. I am the mad scientist of media for THC Limitless and Yakuza TV. And I've got some very, very excited about today's show. As you guys know, I talk to a lot of writers, I talk to a lot of actors and people like that. But very rarely do I get the opportunity to talk to someone, engage with people who are connected to the realm of the spooky, as what is, for what we do here, and who are actually out there, looking into seeing, the mysteries of what's out there in the world. So we're going to go ahead and play this little video real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest.
Where's She wants to go get her phone. Okay, that's fine. Oh, she moved.
She's twitching a little bit.
Fuck off. I'm not asking nicely. Leave my friend alone. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey.
Right now is not a joke.
Hey.
Come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's good stuff here. I want to go ahead and introduce Tara and Kyla from Stone Garden Paranormal. Good afternoon, ladies. Thank you for joining us here on THC Time.
Hi, thank you for having us.
So very interesting stuff. I came across your Facebook page a few weeks ago, and I've just been kind of checking out and seeing what you guys are all about. So tell me, how did this whole thing get started? What brought you into the world of paranormal researching?
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Well, I used to see things when I was a child. Sorry.
It's all right. It happens.
I freeze when I'm put on the spot.
We're very introverted people.
Yeah. I've always been interested in the paranormal. I used to watch TV shows, and my sister was in a haunted house. She lived in a haunted house. So I grew up around it.
Okay. All right. And that's certainly, as you got older, you start to have those questions, and then you find yourself in a position to be able to go out and see if you can find some answers. How about yourself? What was your kind of breaking in?
A very similar thing where my family just has like a very long history of very interesting paranormal events and things like that, and hearing about all of that growing up and having a lot of my own really weird experiences growing up just made me want to learn more as I got older.
Excellent. And the world, I'm originally from Connecticut, so I grew up in the land of the Warrens, and I saw them speak live. Like I had read about them for quite a while, and then I had seen them speak live one night, and what they were saying, the stories that they were telling, you could feel that there was a connection there. So there was a genuine connection there. I know a lot has been said about, Amityville and this, that, and the other thing, but listening to them tell those stories about their travels all over the world and the weird stuff that they've encountered, they had encountered, you could see that there was a passion, a curiosity, a genuine curiosity about wanting to see, what else is out there in that world. Um, how long have you been doing the investigations?
We started in 2019.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
COVID was an issue, or were you pretty lucky and able to avoid that?
we kind of stopped around COVID time, but then we slowly got back into it.
Okay. Okay. And you're located in New York, right? New York State?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. So your local uh, history in any town, especially when we're talking about the Northeast, because we were the first states and everything. So the history is all there. Coming from Connecticut originally, it's where it's where the town I grew up in was burned down by the British in the Revolutionary War, except for two houses. So there's a lot of history in that little town. What kind of stuff were you hearing? What were like kind of the local lore when you were growing up?
I don't really know all that much about that. I know like about some of the most haunted locations and things like that, but for me it was more like firsthand personal experiences than like word of mouth.
Okay. Okay. So how many investigations have you done up till this point?
Well, I've been to about 20 different locations.
Wow. Okay.
But I've done some of the locations multiple times.
Okay. Have you found that and I've read over the years myself and have lived, in some very weird circumstances myself. Is there for you? Is there a feeling like when you walk into a location? Uh, is there a feeling that when you first walk in, you can be like, yeah, okay, something's askew, or is it one of those things where as you go further and further into the investigation, things start to happen?
It really depends on the night.
Yeah. The night and the location, the people that are there.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it just, I mean, it's more than just the two of you, I'm assuming. Or
It's mostly just the two of us.
Yeah, but
sometimes,
we like to team up with other teams.
or sometimes we'll bring other friends along.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. What is how has your reception been because I know there's a bigger community overall, especially now with the internet being what it is. It's easier than ever to team up with other people who are doing the same type of work, as opposed to even 15 years ago, where finding similar minded folks added a lot more to it. Who are some of the groups that you've worked with that have maybe kind of helped? Especially in the beginning, like when you're just getting your feet wet, like who was there to provide that guidance and that advice? Like, do you have certain people that the two of you had met prior, and then were like, oh, yeah, this is weird thing is happening, let's call Jack, or it's like a support team kind of thing in place?
Yeah, Paranormal of Watertown is the big one. They've been there a lot for us.
Excellent.
Anytime I have questions, Derek, the team lead, he's there to guide me.
Awesome. And it's nice. It's nice to find that your tribe, so to speak, people who get what you are doing, they see your vision, they understand. Oh, hey, obviously there's something going on here. These two, are on the tip of something. Let's and to help out any way that they can. And for me, one of the things that I'm about here is fostering that sense of community. Because what you two do ties into like what one of my writers may be working on, or a TV thing that we're working on. Or so I like to, it's why I invite a lot of different type of people onto the show, because they're doing such interesting things and they're not getting necessarily the spotlight that they deserve. So when I find someone online, like when I found your page, I was like, that is very interesting. I think I need to talk further with these folks, because when I'm interested in something, I'll go and look for somebody who is doing that thing, and you'd be like, oh, it's weird. My father did construction for 30 years. He could build you a house, he could build you an office building. I couldn't build you a birdhouse if somebody put a gun in my head. But if you wanted advice on how to make a movie about building a birdhouse, that I can do. So, so to find like the mentor type of people, or people who you can call and be like, hey man, we were doing this and this happened. Are you familiar with this? What does this mean? And to have folks on the other end who are like, oh yeah, 5 years ago or whatever, we encountered something very similar. It's nice to have that feeling. Because you know that you're not alone in doing this, and that there are other people who have a passionate interest.
Yeah.
That the two of you do. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk a little bit about what goes into one of these investigations, planning, and all of that stuff. So in the meantime, here is a delightful, oh, this is a weird one. I love this commercial.
This is the Morgan family coming home from the lake. Ed and Marilyn have been married 12 years. That's Kelly Sue and Casey in the back seat. They've driven this road a dozen times before, and nothing ever happened. But today is different. Today, Ed will become a killer. And here's his weapon. Good old Ed Morgan. A mighty careful man in his own home. He can't imagine how anyone could have been so careless. Ed Morgan, everyman. Anyone who handles fire in any form is a potential killer. Anyone can start a fire and never even know it. Please be very careful with fire. Please. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Now, of course, the funny thing about that is that Rod Serling smoked like a chimney, and was sponsored. The Twilight Zone was sponsored by tobacco companies. So to see him in that, we're like, it's the first time I ever saw him without a cigarette in his mouth. So it was like, okay, Rod, that's kind of weird. So let's talk a little bit about your planning. Like how do you make the decisions of where you're going to go and what steps are? I'm assuming there's a checklist of stuff that you want to have ready to go on hand. So what happens? Like how does that process work?
It pretty much goes down to money
and time.
Yeah. We work during the week, so we have to go during the weekends, and the weekends it's more expensive to go.
Right.
So we kind of have to pick and choose which place we go to, depending on the prices.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can get other teams to go with us, it makes it easier for us because it makes it cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
The more people that go, the cheaper it is.
Okay. When you're there now, we showed the short clip earlier. Are you recording regularly, or is that something you're leaning into now? Start capturing what footage you can. It's because I know it's a weird science behind that, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just started getting into video recording. I just got the camera like 2 months ago.
Okay.
So we're trying to expand a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, it's usually off and on. We'll start like recording when we're doing something specific and then end it to save, battery life and all of that. But we are starting to try to record more and more as we go, just
Excellent.
in case things happen in between.
Sure, absolutely. And that's that's the kind of stuff that people they look to that, because you never know what you're going to capture.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're sitting there as someone who's sitting there like watching it on TV, you catch stuff, especially the way that some of those shows have been cut in the past, where like out of the corner of your eye, you're like, wait a minute, what the hell was that? And then, they work it back around. So it's a cool, it's definitely a cool platform to be able to get, it's if the truth is out there, as they say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely a good way to go about that. Now, I'm assuming that a lot of the times you're working in the dark or close to to the dark.
Yeah.
Is there, I'm trying to think, are there times where you lose each other, like as a team, like somebody's supposed to be over there, but for some reason they're not, like any, because you're wandering around in dark spaces, and I just don't like that. Could be kind of creepy, I think.
We usually have a good sense of where the other one is at all times.
Yeah.
Even when we split up, we'll tell each other like, oh, we're going to this room, or we're going to this room, or down the hall. So
Right.
we keep track.
Sure.
Yeah, we kind of have to know where each other is, just in case something happens, so that way we can debunk it.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, I definitely would say that as you progress, the video footage and stuff, that's good stuff, and that is something that we can certainly talk about it at a later time. Right now, though, we're going to go ahead and play a fun little game I like to play with all my guests. It's called Straight Fire.
What if CAT really spelled dog?
All right, so Straight Fire, 5 random questions, no wrong answers. Don't think about it too long, because honestly, it doesn't really matter. First and last questions are always the same, though. So I will ask each question of the both of you. Question number 1: if dogs wore pants, would they wear them on 2 legs or 4 legs?
2 legs.
2 legs.
2 legs.
All right. Excellent. That's the most common answer. One time somebody told me 2 legs and then a little jacket on the front 2 legs.
I love that.
Yeah. Hey, cool. Hey, what was, let's see if I get it. What's your favorite scary movie?
I like Freddy Krueger movies.
Okay.
I have to say, currently, Iron Lung from my favorite YouTuber Markiplier, because it was actually very, very good, even if you're not a Markiplier fan.
It was, yeah. I've been seeing a lot of buzz about that.
It's so good.
I probably I imagine at some point I'll end up on the phone with him, because it's so weird how this whole thing has worked out. So question number 3: what is your favorite guilty pleasure movie?
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say guilty pleasure, but one of my favorite movies of all time is Spirited Away from Studio Ghibli.
Okay. All right.
That's a hard question. I haven't watched movies in a while.
Okay. All right. For me, it's Jaws: The Revenge. It's that or Grease 2. There's some great music in Grease.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hear what anybody
yeah.
says. Sure, it wasn't, Travolta and everything, but there was a fun movie.
That's
and
fair.
Jaws: The Revenge, I mean, it taught us so much about sharks, that they roar. that they fly, that they can swim faster than jets can fly. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
I think I have one. Monkey bone.
Oh, monkey bone.
I've
Yes.
never seen that.
I haven't seen that in a while. Wow. That's a deep cut. That is
Yeah.
a very deep cut. Yeah.
You have to show that to me.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's crazy. So, if you had one song that you would use to define your life, like what is your anthem?
Oh boy. That's probably one of the hardest questions you could ask us.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. There's so
I'm
many.
stumped.
There's so many.
My favorite answer that I've ever gotten to that question was, "It's raining men," and I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, great song, but your personal anthem is "It's raining." Okay. And the last question, I always ask question, and after you guys answer, I'll explain exactly why I ask. When you are in the grocery store, can you reach the items on the top shelf?
No.
No.
Okay. The reason I ask is because it was one of the very first questions that was ever asked of me. One of the first interviews that I did years ago. And I'm 6'4", so the top shelf is not a problem. And I did the math, and I think about 8% of my life has been spent helping old ladies get stuff off the top shelf. So if you ever hear they go, "Hey, Christopher Pelton, he's a top shelf guy," that's why. Otherwise, I'm an asshole. But I'll help old ladies and short people. My first wife was 4'5", so I'm used to. The rule in our house here now is I do the tall work. My wife does the low work.
That's fair.
And I thought so. So you're on Facebook, and I saw just a few minutes before we got on, I saw that you guys have TikTok now.
Yep. Started that last night.
Excellent. And what does the future hold? What are the next couple of months looking like for you?
Well, I'm actually going on a 4-day ghost hunting trip with Paranormal of Watertown.
All right.
3 nights, 3 haunted locations, 3 different states.
Oh, very cool. Okay. And you, my friend?
As of right now, I don't really have any plans, only because the weather is so iffy and saving money and all that stuff,
Sure.
Fun things.
Absolutely. Always the grown up, the adulting thing sucks. It really does.
Yeah, owning a house will take a lot out of you.
We sold we're closing on our house in Connecticut. We moved to Illinois about a year ago, and now we're moving again. So we got to sell this house, but we're moving to Arizona. But Arizona is good because it's free house. My mother-in-law.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, great. Yeah.
I
really wanted to live in the desert, but I'm also getting old, and this cold is killing me.
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
Killing me. So I am very excited though from what you're laying down here. I think that clearly there's a passion for what you do. You both seem to be engaged at a level that you really want to. This is something that's driving you. And that is absolutely. That's what I love to see. I love to see that passion in people for what they do, and whether it be investigations or movies or books or whatever your thing is, it's that it's like I have to push forward because I have to know, and I really dig that energy, and that's certainly what I'm feeling from the two of you. I think that there's tremendous potential here, so. If you don't mind, we're going to wrap up I'm going to run the last closing ad, but hang tight for a couple of minutes if you have it. I'd like to talk to you about a couple things. So, folks, stay up here in the corner. Here's QR code. If you click on that QR code, it will bring you straight to their Facebook page, where you can go ahead and check out all the cool stuff that they've got going on. And obviously, you know where to find us here. We're at The Horror Connection on YouTube. We're on Akuzi TV, and a little bit of everywhere. Always tune in. We've always got new stuff coming up. We meet the most fascinating people. I like to think of that Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's like doing monsters' nails. He's like, "You monsters must live such interesting lives." I do. It's weird. It's so crazy. But we're going to go ahead and jump out of here on this last commercial. Ladies, again, thank you so much for your time. I
Thank
appreciate
you for having us.
Thank you.
folks. Be sure to follow, because I got a feeling there's going to be a whole lot of really cool stuff coming up. We're going to go ahead. This is a movie that is currently in the process of being funded, being directed by a buddy of mine. This is the teaser trailer for The Stutterer, which is on Kickstarter right now. Be sure to check it out. And I will talk to you guys right here next time on THC Time.
We're not doing anything.
Dale, are you listening to me? Dale. Oh my God. Fuck.
Why don't we do something fun?
Like what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.